Mr. Khalid Nawaz Awan, who's the chairman of TCS Holdings, one of the largest success stories, Harvard, something that was took up by Harvard. बहुत मजे का काम है TCS has become like a household name, you know. If you want to post something, it's TCS. And then we started thinking about, started hearing about how expensive TCS is. And they said कि TCS 1400 में भेजेगा और Pakistan Post 150 में भेजेगा, and patronize Pakistan Post because TCS is exploitative. One, and two, you are a company that deals with supply chain. It's sort of, you know, it works around supply chain. So in this VUCA and Benny times, what are you doing? Are you still a success story?
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you very much, Dr. Homa. I think सबसे पहले मैं आपका सवाल का जवाब दे दूं. No, TCS is not more expensive than Pakistan Post. अगर आप हमारे across the entire range of products अगर आप देखें, तो अगर आप product to product, apple to apple compare करें, we are very reasonably in the same band. और the main reason अगर हम थोड़ा सा expensive हैं तो वो भी इस वजह से हैं क्योंकि हमने positively business है, business को चलाना है, उसके खर्चे पूरे करने हैं, taxes देने हैं. पाकिस्तान पोस्ट ऑफिस तो उल्टा टैक्सेस की टैक्स पेयर्स के ऊपर चल रहा है. So ये भी देखें. But नहीं, with due respect, Pakistan Post Office is a very, very valuable national institution. It has got a great potential. It can be optimized. इसका network है, बड़ा traditional, बड़ा important network है. And the only thing is that I think they have not kept pace with the customer's needs. And so अपने products में उन्होंने improve वो नहीं की. So because of that, so Pakistan Post Office के साथ I think we have our relationship is fairly good, and I think I wish them well, and we can be synergistic in many ways.
Great. Now to the supply chain, and what are you doing in such tough times to make TCS what it is?
To come to the supply chains, of course, supply chains really means that हमारी जो main forte है ना जी, वो है कि हम जो पाकिस्तान की businesses हैं, और businesses like say manufacturing, distribution, pharmaceutical, even banking, तो इनकी जितनी भी needs हैं, right from the beginning, इस फैक्ट्री में जब एक चीज़ आती है for manufacturing, उस पूरा जितना raw material है, उसकी management, उसकी inventory control, उसकी in a manner that it comes in time for the production to flow, and then after item has been manufactured, उसकी distribution. So this is called the broad supply chain, and we provide end-to-end services within Pakistan across the entire spectrum of the industry. Of our economy, and I think that's a very perhaps an unsung role that we are playing.
So Khalid sir, two key takeaways of TCS that so many people sitting here could learn from. What are two things that you've done differently at TCS?
Two key takeaways will be, I think, customer care. One of our values is to love our customer. Loving our customer goes beyond just customer satisfaction and all that. Really thinking for the customer. And even when the customer is not happy or something, that is our challenge to make sure that we win back the trust. And that is why over 40 years now, across generations, we have been able to maintain a relationship. और हमें सबसे बड़ा तोहफा हमारे customers ने वो ये दिया, the term that TCS कर दो. I think it's a very, very valuable you know, sort of a gift that the people of Pakistan has given us. And secondly is human resource development, but I like to come to that as a part of my wider presentation.
Please, go ahead.
Okay. Now, I just want to take about 5 minutes. We just heard Sabzwari Saab's presentation on a very vital institution, Pakistan Stock Exchange, and it was very enlightening. But I like to zoom out a little and make it a wider perspective. And I want to zoom out to a global perspective, and then I want to come to the national perspective. In the global perspective, what we see is, number one, दुनिया बहुत छोटी हो गई. The world has become small because of the connectivity, because of the travel, connectivity, networking, and the very invasive kind of intrusion of the electronic means of communication, right not only into our homes, but also right into our thinking and thoughts. So because the world has become small, and some power centers are going to be very, very powerful. And so I think we are entering an era where, and I'm just saying it just to throw it as a conversation piece and as to throw it in case it is challenged, where we have an era that we are good by democratic values and nationalism and all that. We are entering an era where there's going to be very strong leaders and strong power centers. And increasingly, and here because we have two diplomats in our panel, so I'm just touching on venturing into that area, increasingly the governments of the world are going to find themselves very much having to toe the line of the power centers, to the extent even more than perhaps caring for their own populations. Now, this is going to be a global trend, and when the power centers become strong and the world is small, we are venturing to an area there'll only be a unipolar world, although they say a multipolar world, but it's a matter of time. And when that happens, since the world will become small, I want to just sketch a period of Pakistan, say 20 years from now. And I want to go and look at Pakistan 20 years from now, because of all the countries in the world, Pakistan, as the 5th most populous nation in the world, has got an average median age of only 20.9 years. So half our population is below 21 years of age, only half our population. And out of this population, which is below 21 years of age, there is about 100 million people who are below the age of 15. Now, our age, national age median is 20. Compare it to Japan, the median age is 49.5, or nearly 50.
It's an aging country.
And compare, even India is now over 30. Now, look at the challenges. No matter what we say, we are already a generation that are past. It is the future of these people that we have to think at. And when we think of these people, they will be living in a very different kind of a world. So although it is very apt at the present time, the theme of this session, which is volatility, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity, there has not been a more apt term invented at any time throughout the human history. Now, for these people, I think there are two things that we need to do. Most important thing is, as a nation, human resource development. Because human resource development in a manner that we have to make an intervention into the education system, because the education system is already outmoded. My 3-year-old grandchild teaches me how to use a remote control, has more information about the aeroplanes and things that the child has flown in. So a lot of education has now become irrelevant, we have to think out of the box, create new systems of education so that these people become skilled, these people become employable, and these people become useful members of the society. The second thing that we have to do is think of business models, create business models of the future, because a lot of new business models have now become possible. Today, even a smallest business can be a multinational.